Just what you've been waiting for. Movies, TV, music, and more. Follow, subscribe, stay up to date. Episodes drop every other Monday. It's the Matt Watch That. It's the Matt Watch That. It's the Matt Watch That podcast.
Welcome to the Matt Watch That podcast, the place for reviews, rants, and randomness. I'm your host, Matt Seroski, filmmaker, film fan. Each episode, I'm going to watch a movie or TV pilot that I probably should have seen but never got around to. It could be a recent favorite, critic's choice, or cult classic. To join in on the conversation, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Matt Seroski. You can subscribe to my YouTube page where I'll post videos and clips from the show. If you have any opinions on what I've discussed, or suggestions as to what I should see next, use the hashtag MattWatchThat on social. Before we start, I wanted to talk about the holiday season. Now, I think I've said in the past that Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I think that's still partially true, but recently, I got looped in to be responsible for decorating the office for our office holiday party. And while it has been overwhelming at times, it's actually been a lot of fun. It really got my creative juices flowing. How do you take kind of a cold, sterile office with a lot of cement and fluorescent lighting and turn it into a warm and inviting place to celebrate the holidays? Well, I think I've done it, and it's actually made me appreciate Christmas a lot more. You see, I always liked Halloween because I liked dressing up, I love candy, and horror is one of my favorite genres to watch. But eating candy and watching horror is something that I do year-round, so it's not really special. But Christmas, for the most part, I only listen to Christmas songs around Christmas. Sometimes in the summer, I get in a bit of a mood, and I want to hear White Christmas and Jingle Bells. But for the most part, right after Thanksgiving, it's all about those holiday tunes. But I only watch Christmas specials and movies around the holidays. We're talking about A Muppet Family Christmas, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, Garfield Christmas Special, The Cabbage Patch Christmas, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, A Charlie Brown Christmas, He-Man and She-Ra Christmas Special, Mickey's Christmas Carol, and of course all the movies. Home Alone, The Santa Claus, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So I've started to realize that Christmas is just a little more special. It's a once-a-year event. So with that, I think it's inched its way above Halloween for me. At least this year. So from the Matt Watch That crew, I hope everyone has a happy holiday, and good luck in 2026. On to the main attraction. Each review will end with a ranking out of 5 stars. 1 star is skip it, 2 stars watch at your own risk, 3 stars standard fare, 4 stars worth checking out, and 5 stars must see. Now, if I give a title 5 stars, it doesn't mean I'm comparing it to Casablanca, Jaws, or Seinfeld. I rank titles based on other movies or TV series in that genre and at that time period. On this episode of the podcast, I'll be reviewing The Holiday from 2006. It was written and directed by Nancy Meyers, who helmed family comedy The Parent Trap, and rom-coms What Women Want, Something's Gotta Give, and It's Complicated. She's been nominated for 1 Academy Award for Best Writing, screenplay written directly for the screen for Private Benjamin. It stars Kate Winslet as Iris. Winslet rose to international stardom with her breakout role as Rose in Titanic, a performance that catapulted her into the spotlight and earned her an Academy Award nomination. Over the years, Winslet has consistently delivered powerful performances in films such as Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, where she showcased her ability to balance quirky and deeply emotional characters, and The Reader, for which she won an Academy Award for Best Actress. Her commitment to play multifaceted women is evident in films like Little Children, Revolutionary Road, and Steve Jobs. Beyond her film career, Winslet has also made an impact on television, with standout performances in HBO's Mayor of Easttown, which earned her critical acclaim and multiple award nominations. Winslet has become a true icon of modern cinema, known for her range, emotional authenticity, and willingness to take artistic risks. Cameron Diaz portrays Amanda. She carved out a successful career with her infectious charm, comedic timing, and effortless beauty. She first gained widespread attention for her breakout role in The Mask, which showcased her comedic and physical prowess. Diaz went on to become one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, with standout roles in There's Something About Mary and Charlie's Angels, both of which solidified her as a beloved comedic lead. She lent her voice to the Shrek series as Princess Fiona, further cementing her appeal across a wide range of audiences. Diaz's talent wasn't confined to comedy. She also earned acclaim for her dramatic turns in films like Vanilla Sky and Gangs of New York. In the mid-2010s, Diaz gradually stepped away from acting, focusing on business ventures and a more private life, including launching her own wine company, Aveline. Jude Law plays Graham. He first rose to prominence with roles in Shopping and The Talented Mr. Ripley, the latter of which earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Law quickly became one of Hollywood's leading men, with standout roles in films like Cold Mountain, for which he received another Oscar nomination, and Alfie, where he played a charming yet flawed womanizer. His ability to blend charm with vulnerability set him apart from other leading men, and he also took on more complex roles in films like The Aviator and The Holiday. Law's career is marked by a willingness to take on a variety of roles, from Shakespearean characters in Hamlet on the West End to playing the enigmatic Dr. Watson in Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes franchise. More recently, he's embraced diverse projects, including the Fantastic Beasts franchise and his role in the critically acclaimed The Nest. Law continues to impress with his range and depth, balancing big-budget blockbusters with intimate, character-driven films, and maintain his place as one of the most respected actors of his generation. Jack Black has carved out a unique niche in Hollywood as a wildly entertaining and charismatic performer, blending physical comedy, musical talent, and a boundless energy that has made him a beloved figure across a variety of genres. He first gained widespread recognition with his role in High Fidelity, and as the eccentric frontman of the comedy rock band Tenacious D, a persona he turned into a film with Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny. However, it was his starring role in School of Rock that cemented Black as a comedic powerhouse, showcasing his blend of humor and heart as a passionate, unconventional music teacher. He continued to entertain audiences with his roles in King Kong, Nacho Libre, and Tropic Thunder, where his performances ranged from over-the-top antics to subtle comedic brilliance. In addition to his live-action roles, Black also found success in voice acting, most notably as the voice of Po in the Kung Fu Panda series, which has become one of his most beloved roles. The Holiday also features Edward Burns, Eli Wallach, Bill Macy, and Kathryn Hahn. This is something to look out for. Arthur Abbott's house belonged to actress Phyllis Diller at the time of shooting. So let's jump into it. When two women at a crossroads in their lives decide to swap homes for the holidays, neither expects the life-changing journey that awaits them. Iris, a British newspaper columnist recovering from a heartbreak, agrees to a Christmas house swap with Amanda, a successful but emotionally guarded businesswoman from Los Angeles. Iris moves into Amanda's sleek, modern home in sunny California, while Amanda retreats to the cozy, countryside cottage of Iris, in the quiet English countryside. What begins as an escape from their problems soon leads to new romantic connections. Iris finds herself drawn to Amanda's charming brother, Graham, who has his own set of personal baggage. Meanwhile, Amanda, initially uninterested in romance, meets the warm-hearted, quirky Miles, a film composer who's nursing his own recent wounds. As the two women embark on their separate journeys of self-discovery and healing, they realize that true love doesn't always come in the form that you expect. The holiday exchange gives them the chance to rewrite their stories, finding not just romance, but the courage to redefine what happiness looks like. Here's a quote without context. I have a cow and I sew. How's that for hard to relate to? In The Holiday, the central plot device, the house swap, symbolizes both literal and emotional escapism for the main characters. At the core of the film is the idea that romantic relationships often reflect our sense of self-worth. Both Iris and Amanda begin the film in toxic relationships, and over the course of the film, both women evolve, finding new relationships built on respect, honesty, and mutual care. The film suggests that healthy, fulfilling relationships are rooted in self-acceptance and emotional honesty, emphasizing the importance of recognizing one's own value in attracting the right kind of love. Unlike typical romantic comedies that present male love interests as idealized heroes, The Holiday introduces male characters, Graham and Miles, who are more grounded and realistic. Both characters have their flaws and vulnerabilities, making them relatable and human. By presenting these men as multidimensional characters capable of growth, The Holiday offers a more realistic and emotionally mature view of romance. In addition to romantic love, The Holiday explores the importance of family, friendships, and community in personal growth. Iris's bond with her brother Graham provides her with both practical help and emotional support, while Miles' relationship with Arthur, an elderly former screenwriter, showcases the value of mentorship and wisdom. The evolving relationships between the women also play a key role in their emotional healing, illustrating how a supportive community helps us overcome struggles and grow. The film's visual style, with contrasting settings in Los Angeles and the English countryside, complements its emotional themes. Filled with humor, heart, and moments of unexpected magic, The Holiday is a celebration of love in all its forms, reminding us that sometimes a little change of scenery is all it takes to change your life forever. Now for a little trivial trivia. The film was written with the four leads in mind, but Robert Downey Jr. and Jimmy Fallon did audition for the parts of Graham and Miles respectively. The Holiday was produced by Nancy Meyers and Bruce A. Block, and distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. It was filmed at Greystone Park and Mansion in Beverly Hills and the Los Angeles Convention Center, both in California, and in Surrey, England. The cinematography was captured by Dean Cundy, whose filmography includes slasher horror Halloween, fantasy adventure Back to the Future, sci-fi thriller Jurassic Park, and historical drama Apollo 13. He was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Cinematography of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It was edited by Joe Hunching, who worked on musical biography The Doors, workplace drama Jerry Maguire, and period drama Almost Famous. He's won 2 Academy Awards for Best Film Editing of Born on the 4th of July and JFK. The score was composed by Hans Zimmer, who wrote the music for crime drama Black Rain, psychological drama Backdraft, sports dramedy A League of Their Own, and suspense horror The Ring. He's won 2 Academy Awards for Best Music, Original Score of The Lion King, and Dune Part 1. The soundtrack featured songs by Wham, James Taylor, The Emotions, Darlene Love, and Brenda Lee. The runtime is 2 hours 16 minutes. It had a budget of $85 million and grossed $205 million at the box office. On the Ski Index, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. If you've seen The Holiday and have opinions on the movie, let me know what you think using the hashtag #MattWatchThat. Moving right along, each episode, I'm going to post clips that I think people should watch. It could be movie trailers, music videos, interviews, or something completely random. Search for my YouTube page and there'll be a playlist called Matt Watch That Playback. Since this is potentially going to be my last official podcast, I wanted to come full circle and talk about The Nice Guys. It was the very first review that I did on my podcast 5 years ago. In 1970s Los Angeles, 2 mismatched private investigators find themselves tangled in a web of murder, corruption, and conspiracy that spans the city's underbelly. Holland March is a bumbling yet determined private eye who's more accustomed to handling small-time cases than high-stakes crimes. Jackson Healy is a tough, no-nonsense enforcer who gets paid to break bones and scare people into submission. When the 2 are reluctantly forced to team up to investigate the mysterious death of a porn star named Misty Mountains, they quickly discover that the case is far more complex and dangerous than they could have imagined. As March and Healy dig deeper into the seedy world of Los Angeles' adult film industry, they uncover a link between Misty's death and a missing girl named Amelia, the daughter of a powerful businessman. What starts as a simple missing persons case spirals into a larger conspiracy involving the highest levels of corruption, where the powerful and the corrupt will stop at nothing to cover their tracks. Amidst car chases, gunfights, and comedic misadventures, the 2 investigators forge an unexpected friendship. With the help of March's young daughter Holly, they navigate the chaos, trying to piece together a puzzle that could bring down some of the most dangerous people in LA. Part buddy comedy, part noir thriller, The Nice Guys is a fast-paced, laugh-out-loud romp that balances humor, action, and heart. As March and Healy face off against shady government officials, vicious criminals, and their own mismatched partnership, they discover that, in a world full of bad guys, the nice guys are sometimes the only ones who can make things right. I absolutely loved this film. It has become one of my favorites of the past 10 years. I honestly think it's note perfect. It's extremely entertaining. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe make such a good pair. They've got great on-screen chemistry. All of the supporting actors are great, and Shane Black's direction and writing is a lot of fun. I know it performed decently at the box office, probably not enough to make a sequel, but in this day and age, who knows? I would love to see this pair on screen again, so let's make it happen. I also want to thank Finn Wolfhard and his Lackluster Video podcast. I'm not sure I would have known about this film without him mentioning it. So I've selected a couple of clips from The Nice Guys. They're all available in the Matt Watch That Playback playlist on YouTube. Check it out. Now it's time for the recommendation. Yes, that's the word recommendation with Matt in the middle. I'm going to end each podcast with my own recommendation of a movie or TV series. Today I'm talking about Superpowered, the DC story. The docuseries chronicles the history and evolution of DC Comics, one of the most iconic and influential comic book publishers in the world. Released in 2023 on HBO Max, it delves into the creation, impact, and cultural significance of DC's most beloved superheroes, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Green Lantern, and its role in shaping the superhero genre. It covers the evolution of these characters, the breakthroughs in comic book storytelling, and the shifts in popular culture that propelled DC's rise as a major global entertainment brand. The series features a combination of interviews, archival footage, expert commentary, and insights from DC creators and actors, highlighting both the triumphs and struggles the company has faced over the decades. Narrated by Rosario Dawson, it features insights from Greg Berlanti, James Gunn, Linda Carter, Patty Jenkins, Tim Burton, and Michael Keaton. Superpowered, the DC story traces the history of DC Comics, beginning with the debut of Superman in 1938, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Superman's success revolutionized the comic book industry and set the standard for the superhero genre. The docuseries covers the golden age of comics, with iconic characters like Batman, Wonder Woman, and The Flash, who became symbols of hope during World War II. It also explores the Silver Age, when DC superheroes were revived and united in the Justice League of America. The documentary dives into the darker, more mature storytelling of the Bronze Age and Dark Ages, with key works like The Dark Knight Returns and Watchmen, reshaping superhero narratives. The series also highlights DC's rise in the film and television industry, from early Superman and Batman films to the DC Extended Universe, including Man of Steel and Wonder Woman, as well as the successful television shows and Arrowverse. It also delves into DC's expansion into other media, like video games and merchandise, solidifying its cultural impact. A major theme is the rivalry between DC and Marvel Comics, particularly in their shared universe stories and the rise of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. DC's iconic characters like Superman and Batman are shown to have evolved over time and reflect societal changes and ideals of heroism. The series emphasizes DC's effort to increase diversity, with characters such as Jon Stewart's Green Lantern, Batwoman, and Vixen. Ultimately, Superpowered highlights how DC Comics transformed from a small publisher to a global entertainment powerhouse, offering a comprehensive look at the lasting effort of its superheroes in popular culture. Superpowered, the DC story, was on for 1 season, 3 episodes. That's all for this edition of Matt Watch That. Thanks for listening to me babble. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Matt Seroski. You can subscribe to my YouTube page where I'll post videos and clips from the show. If you have any opinions on what I've discussed, or suggestions as to what movie or TV pilot I should see, use the hashtag MattWatchThat on social. Head over to mattseroski.com for all the latest news and updates, and come back next time for the reviews, rants, and randomness. Known for her fearless approach to complex roles across a wide genre of range. That's not right. Winslet has consistently delivered powerful performances in films such as Eternal Shotlight, most notably as the voice of Po in the King Kung Fu